Hi, welcome to the podcast My Business, and today's guest is Chantal. Please introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Chantal Gerardy. I'm a Facebook strategist. I empower business owners with the skills and strategy to successfully manage their own Facebook profiles to generate an actual result. So I'm not about you just making friends, but it actually resulting in funds at the end of the day.
Fantastic. And what's your website?
www.chantalgerardy.com.au, and you'll have to check below to get the spelling.
Yeah, exactly right. We'll put this in with the post. Okay, so being an expert on Facebook, and I mean, we've had this huge event that's just occurred. How much has that shifted the market?
Well, right now, they say that Facebook use is actually up by 70%. So, in fact, they're having some days that are higher than New Year's Eve, which means people are spending more time on Facebook because of the social distancing, because some of them have lost their jobs, which means it really is a good opportunity for you right now to be more visible and to get your business in front of the right person. However, we do have to be sensitive to what's going on in the world right now, and that means we may have to change our key messaging or adapt our offer to suit.
So I guess key messaging around support, help, being there for you, being there in the long term is pretty important.
Yeah, 100%. For example, right now I'm speaking about taking contact-based service providers and helping them to put their businesses online, because previously they were working face-to-face. So it's just about adapting that offer so that it's now relevant to the current market.
Fantastic. Okay. So looking at your website, I mean, growing your business with Facebook. Now, I have thought in the past that maybe not every business is perfect for Facebook. I've got lots of business-to-business clients, such as commercial shutters with factory owners and the like. Probably not likely to look at Facebook as much. What would be the best industries that you think would suit Facebook?
Definitely the local community, sort of like trade businesses, for example, your electricians and your plumbers, pesticide companies, because people will be searching for them online, looking for those providers. But also then looking for any service-based providers, and people love to shop. So give them a couple drinks in the evening and off they go, and they'll be shopping on Facebook.
Great. Just as long as you don't drink yourself when you're putting anything onto Facebook.
100%. You must have been looking at my website, because one of my don't do's on Facebook is called no drunk booking, meaning that as soon as you start drinking, you shut down your Facebook.
Yeah, probably wise at any time. And actually, I saw something recently about more people working from home, so there's more drinking at home. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Cool. Okay, so you mentioned that you use your Facebook strategy and you do lead tracking and email capture and booking systems and so forth. How easy are those to set up?
Well, I'm all about the business owner actually empowering themselves. So many of the businesses I work with don't have a marketing budget, and they can't really outsource this to somebody else. So I actually help them to come up with simplified strategies that they can implement themselves. So set up their own email systems, set up their own booking systems and their own payment systems. And I basically hold their hands and coach them through the process. And what I find is, because they're actually setting it up themselves, they're now aware of how to actually manage it and run it ongoing, which is important for business owners who don't have that marketing budget and can't afford to have somebody else do it for them.
And okay, so one of the difficult questions is, how often should you post on Facebook?
The good news is that everybody gets used to your rhythm. So whatever your rhythm is, people will get used to it. So whatever that is, just be consistent with it. I post probably 3 times a day. However, posting without strategy or without knowing what to post or without sharing success stories or showing testimonials or showing your expertise or your offers, if you're just selling and you're not being social, that can also stunt the organic reach of your page. So it's not so much how many times a day that you post. I mean, I like to post 3 times a day, as I said, but it's about having quality content. And most people come to me and they've got no idea what to post online. So that's what I help them do, is to come up with that content calendar and strategy with the intention in mind. So what are you hoping to achieve? And then work backwards from there. What is the content that we've got to provide in order to get a yes from that person to buy at the end of it?
Well, talking about calendars, you have a free content calendar available on your website?
Yeah, 100%. Most business owners go, oh, I don't know what to post. So we started sending it out monthly, and now we've done it a year in advance. But you can find out when it's Naked Garden Day or Bring Your Dog to Work Day, or if it's Plumber's Day. And then whatever, whichever of those is relevant to your business, they can fill in the gaps because it's topical, it's trendy, and it engages your ideal client. And at the end of the day, it is social and it's all about relationship building.
Geez, that sounds like it's the same as for a podcast. Wow.
Yes, it is.
what a coinkydink. Excellent. Okay. So yeah, just like you do with podcasting, it's best to always draw up a schedule, have a calendar of events, and actually get stuff in the can. So is it possible to get stuff ready? How far ahead on Facebook?
Yeah, as I said, I work with so many different types of business owners, and some of them prefer to come up with content daily. Some of it actually schedule it weekly because Facebook does have its own scheduling tool. But I've got one client who does it monthly. She sits down and does it, and she does a fantastic job, and she likes to block it out and do it that way. I leave it up to the business owner. They need to be in flow when they're creating this content. So firstly, they've got to know what their intention is, what their strategy is, what they're working towards. And then from there, they've got to go, okay, I need to engage my ideal client. What is topical and trendy? What is my client interested in? It's like going on a date. You don't just go me, me, me. You've also got to engage the person that you're sitting in front of and let them talk about themselves as well. And you need to show interest in what it is that they're doing. So I find that I'm creative every single day. So for me, it's easy to come up with that content. I go, well, that's relevant. That's relevant. So I've just got a sort of an outline. But as I said, many of my clients, they actually do it either weekly or monthly. But as long as you're in flow, because some people who do it weekly or monthly, because they're blocking it out and doing it, their content starts to lose feelings. And social media, it needs to have feelings, socials with feelings. It's so important. So if you're finding that that's happening because you're scheduling in advance, it's better for you to cut it back and rather just do it on a daily basis. It shouldn't take you more than 10 to 20 minutes.
Okay, fantastic. So what about paid Facebook advertising? So what's the difference between that and the normal or free Facebook that you can just do yourself?
Sure, 100%. I've just actually written out a thing right now, like a motivational quote, and it said, no amount of ad spend is going to work if you do not have the organic strategy in place. So if you have a dead page that's not working right now and it's unclear on what it is that you're doing and you're not generating clients organically, throwing money on it is not going to change that result. You're just going to be gambling your hard-earned money away. Because if you don't have the fundamentals in place and you don't have that whole strategy of how you are going to engage your ideal client, what is your desirable offer, how are we going to turn them from cold to warm to hot, how are we going to nurture them, and then how do we get a yes from them? If you don't already have that working organically, unpaid, throwing money on it is not going to change that. It's going to reach a wider audience, but at the end of the day, it's like trying to take your date to fourth base without even asking them out for a cup of coffee.
I'm not going anywhere with any of that. So I'm not saying anything. Okay. So I see today is Testimonial Tuesday. So you do that every Tuesday on your Facebook page?
Yeah, so you must be looking at my group. So in my Facebook group, we have hashtag days. So a lot of people ask about hashtags on Facebook, and Facebook's like Google. You do not need the hashtags to search inside Facebook. However, group administrators use hashtags to control the content that goes into groups. So on a Tuesday, I've got Testimonial Tuesday, and this is a way for me to encourage my clients to go in and post testimonials, because sharing your success stories and your testimonials is a crucial part of getting a yes from your ideal client.
Fantastic. Okay, cool. All right, well, we're heading up to time. So what are 3 quick tips that you can offer?
Yeah, sure. So I always talk about 3 things that you need to be doing on Facebook. And the one thing is you've got to grow your page. So your page will just sit there. You've actually got to grow it. You've got to get more of the right people onto it. So you need to have a strategy on how you're going to do that. So if you do jump onto my website, there are 9 ways that you can organically, unpaid, without paying for ads, you can actually grow your Facebook page by putting it in front of the right people and attracting the right people on there. The second part is creating compelling content that converts. So having a content strategy which has your intention in mind, and then working backwards from there. And again, I have some really helpful resources on my website which will be able to help you, so that when the right person does get onto your page, they go, yep, this is it. I want this. I'm going to like the page. I'm going to continue to engage. I'm going to continue to build my relationship with you, and then hopefully buy from you. But the third part of it is about creating opportunities. So opportunities like podcasts, opportunities like joint collaborations or interviews or joint ventures. These can be created on Facebook as well. So if you understand the full capabilities of Facebook's platform, you can go on and you can create these opportunities, just like we're doing today. Which is a great way to do it. But there is certain Facebook etiquette that we do need to follow when we're doing that.
Great. Okay. Look, thanks very much for your time, Chantal. I'm going to spell it anyway. ChantalGerardy.com.au, where we can find you. And yeah, let's all stay safe and happy.
Yes, definitely. Thanks so much.